What's going on, good people? This is the roadside trashed out scooter. Let's finally see what's up with this thing. I did notice while I was getting it in here that the wires have been chewed on by some kind of dog. Actually, this is the wires for the tail light and the turn signals, because they're cut right there or chewed. It's got some plugs left. These two wires here will connect here. And first thing I want to do is get this tire to air up. It's off the bead. I believe that's the reason why they stopped riding it, I guess. I did find out it's a 2013 model. I can't see the mileage because this is faded. Got the mirrors on it. The throttle is not stuck. Like I say, it does turn over. I did find that the fuel pump going to the carburetor, the hose is off of it. This is the little fuel pump here. I seen it hanging there. It's supposed to go to the either the engine or the carburetor. Not sure just yet. But let's see what's in the gas tank. It's got some kind of, got some gas in it. A little rust on the top. Let's get a smell test. Not too bad, according to what's on the top. I don't know how you get this seat up yet, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But first of all, let me see, can I get this tire to air up, and then we'll go from there. So I was looking at the tire. It does have some dirt in the rim. Guess where it's been sitting? A lot of dirt. Hopefully the dog didn't chew the valve stem off, but it's still there. So I guess we'll see if we can air this thing up. It'll be kind of hard to do. Probably gonna have to put a strap around it. Well, I'm going to have to put a ratchet strap around it, spread it back out. It's been sitting on flat so long that it won't pop back on the bead. So let me get a ratchet strap. Of course, if we can't get it to air up, we'll just skip on to try to get it to run. Would make it roll a lot easier. It's been a long time since I've done this. Oh, come on. Might be able to there. But we'll give it another shot. Strap's not doing good. Come on. Alright. Stay on the stupid tire. Come on. Guess that is good enough. Kind of on an angle, but might just work. What's going to happen when it does air up? She ain't doing too good, folks. I think the tire's got a flat spot in it. Might have to wait on that. Okay. See, can I get it more straighter? Hey, here's a granddaddy long leg spider. Where did he come from? He's like, hey, what's going on? I see this to flip around. Problem having. Where are you going? I killed the spider. I'm going to have to turn the air compressor back on so the air can build up. So, let the air compressor build up. I'm going to go ahead and take this, well, before I take the valve stem out, I'm going to see where the air. There it goes. It aired right up in. Well, I thought it did. I think I took it off too soon. Trying. Nah, I think I took it off too soon. I can feel it airing up though. It wants to air up. to put the strap back on it. It started to air up, but I think I took it off too soon. There we go. Came up. I want that strap to come out there and hit me in my face. That's a bug down there. Ah, it's aired up there. I had to hurry up and take that strap off because I didn't want that strap to tear. It's already got a tear in it. It would have popped me in my face. But it is aired up. There we go. And now we're going to move along to getting these wires straightened out. Alright, had to go get some connectors. Kind of mismatch, but we just want to get it all wired up. Has a lot of cut wires, well, chewed wires. Look at that. Wire connector, I'm kind of running low. One more wire connector. Well, I guess we'll have to do it old school. I just tie these two together for now. Get some out of connectors. These right here, the tail light and turn signal, I'm just going to let them hang to the side. Over here, it has this switch on the, let's see if I can get you down there. There's a switch on the kickstand that is hard working on the ground. There's a switch on the kickstand, safety switch. Well, the dog has chewed these wires up. Look at that. I mean, he was having a field day with them wires. So I guess we're going to have to try and fix those because it probably won't start. At least they're all color coded. That sucks that he would chew those wires up like that. But what I'm going to have to do is find some connectors somewhere so I can be able to fix them. They are really chewed up. I don't know if you tie them together, would that make it run or not? But let me see if I can find some connectors to fix these. He did chew up the ground wire. I mean, he was just gnawing at this thing. Here is the, let's see, where's that? That's some kind of vacuum line. Here's the positive side for the battery. And here is the coil wire chewed on. So let me see if I can get those wires connected for the Kickstarter, and then, the kickstand, and then we'll go from there. So I got my 3 wires connected now. Just put some temporary connectors on there. And now we're going to move on, I guess, to see if this thing is going to have any fire. First we got to see if we can get the key to turn on. I don't know if it's one of them screwdriver deals or not. But we can surely try it and see what we can find out with this key switch. Well, it won't turn, so I don't know if it's stuck on or off. Looks like somebody tried to put a screwdriver in there, so we might have to find a key for it. I don't know what ran around in here. I do see a spark plug. So best thing to do is hook the battery up and see just if the key is already on. So I'm going to get a hot battery and hook it on these wires right here, and we'll just see if the key is on. Now this looks like some kind of fuse link. Actually, that was the fuse. So I'm guessing those wires there must have been connected. I don't see anything else that's missing. I know I got to put a ground cable. So let me round up some cables and we'll put a battery in it. So I have the jumper box hooked up and I turned it on, but the key switch has got to be on off. I did get the gauge cleared off a little bit. It says 1,400 miles on it. Guess that's not too bad. Now I'm trying to find a key, and I got out my infamous key collection. I found this Honda key that goes in there pretty well, but it won't turn it. But I can feel the tumblers in there. I figure if I keep doing this, I can trick it. Now, I don't know if this thing's hot wired. I haven't had the front plastics off. And I had to come back here, plug the tire. As I was sitting here messing with the key, I heard it leaking, so I put a plug there, and I put a plug right up in here somewhere there. So it's plugged in 2 spots, and I put some bead sealer on it. So here's the seat switch here. The key fits in there pretty good. I don't know what's up under the seat. So that's got to be something like the key we're looking for. Should be a cable or something up under here we can probably pull to make that seat come up. Hope it's not a wasp nest up under there. we can take these plastics off, but I doubt the key is up under there. So I'm going to keep searching through my key box and see if I can find a key to get the switch to turn on, and maybe we can make something happen. I really wish I could get this one to turn on somehow. The dog might have ate the key. If I can just get it to turn on, I'll leave it on. That's not working. So anyway, let me see if I can find a key to get in there and we'll get the switch turned on. So I was able to get this little cover off the front, and here's the key switch. I couldn't find a key to fit it, so what I did, I knocked this little plate off here that covers the inside of the switch. And I was going to try and excuse me, I was going to try and get this switch where it turns. It's not hot wired or nothing, so that's good. See if I can knock this up out of there. There we go. So there's the inside of the switch. I could take some of these tumblers out and make a key switch, but I kind of messed that up a little bit. Oh, that is for the handlebar lock. That's all this is for. If you pull that out of there, that keeps the handlebar from turning if you turn the key. So we probably can just pull this up out of there. That's all that is. It has a hole, and as you turn the key to the lock position, it pushes through to the steering neck. So I probably can take some of these tumblers out and make it where we have a key switch to put back in. Because as you see, this key here, it goes in, but the object is all these are supposed to be smooth. So if I take a couple of them out where these are smooth and flat, it'll probably work. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Take out a couple. Let's see. So with all those three right there, kind of tall, right in the row. So we'll probably just remove them. One, two. At least we'll have a key. It's kind of hard to get up out of there. That might have did it. Nope. We got one over here. Needle nose. We'll take this one out here and the spring. So now this key will go in there, and as you see, it's smooth except for that one there. It's probably going to catch. So I guess we'll pull that one out too. Push comes to shove, I'll just get a new switch for it. So we should be able to push this back in there. I didn't mess it up. like that. So now the switch went in to lock up again. Maybe I have it in wrong. Oh, there we go. That's on and off there. So now we ought to be able to have some power. Let's see what she does. Get you guys a little closer here. Should have some kind of light up on the dash. Turn you around there. Turn our charger on. And here we go. And got nothing. Don't have any lights on. So I wonder if we got one. No power at all. Maybe the kickstarter needs to be up. Kickstand, I mean. Turn signals. That should be on there. Oh, we got horn. So that means we got something. Let's see if we got start. No start. So I guess that'll be off. That's on. Got a turn signal up here on the dash. See that light blinking? That's actually the turn signal for that side. Nothing over. Well, there's something blinking at the front. Turn signal at the front. Well, those are hazard lights. Okay. So we know we got key switch on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That button there is for hazards. That should be turn signal for the right. Yes. And this should be turn signal for the left. So with that being said, we know we got the horn, but we don't have start. Well, that's on off, of course. Let's see if I push the clutch in. Well, not the clutch, the brake handle. Nope. Got nothing. So actually there's a wire disconnected somewhere for the start. Might have something to do with this kickstand switch. We don't have a safety on the front brake. Maybe if I push this in. No start at all. So it's got to be something disconnected somewhere. So we're going to have to try and figure out why we're not having any starting going on here. Something with the wires down there. Everything on the front is connected. I don't see anything unhooked. Whoop. tripod's not working right for me today for some reason. My tripod is tired. And everything is connected up here. Felt like it was kind of unplugged. And we ain't got no start. We got turn signals with no start. Could it be this kickstand switch? I got it unplugged. Wonder does it have a switch on the lower stand? Nope. So anyway, let me go through some of the wiring, and we'll see exactly what's going on with it. For some reason it don't have any power going to the starter. I don't know if there's something missing on it, but we don't have any start. So let me check that out. So I was able to get it turned over. It had a bad connection at the solenoid. And now it turns over with the button. Now we just got to see if we got any fire. So what we'll do, put the coil wire in it, which the spark plug is half hanging out of it. Another problem. Let's see what the spark plug looks like. Not too bad. I don't know if you can see that. Not that bad. Might as well see if it's got any fire, even though the plug cap is busted. It does have fire, a little bit. So I guess we'll stick this back in there. Got the smallest spark plug I've ever seen before in my entire life. Maybe we can get this thing to hit off. Ooh, that don't feel too good. Socket won't come off. This thing is fighting me all the way here. This computer doesn't like me. Maybe I should have left it laying where it was. Oh. off anyway. Get some magic juice. Alright, you guys ready? No crank. How do you think the compression sounds? Think the compression sounds pretty good? Did have weak fire though. I don't know if it's actually getting in the hole. Did see a fuel filter. Maybe I put my hand on it. I won't be able to. I have to zip tie this. Put my hand on the back of the carburetor. Nothing. What if we kickstart it? Won't that do? That compression don't feel good at all. Don't look too promising. Compression wise, scale of 1 to 10, it's kind of weak. Does spin over, but for some reason we ain't got no crank. And this is a 4-stroke, not a 2-stroke. So next step would be to check the compression, which is getting late, and I think I'm just gonna call it for tonight. It's getting kind of late out here. But at least we got the turnover with the key, and we know it's got a little fire. It's weak, and we got the tire fixed. So anyway, we'll just get to it tomorrow. Alright guys, back on the scooter project. Went to the junkyard and I picked up this engine off the back of another one of these China brand scooters. I'm going to try and retrofit it into the scooter over here. Did some compression testing. The engine in this thing is just wore out. It's probably going to need a ring job. So I was at the junkyard, and they have like a thing set up where you can bring in scrap, you know, take across the scales. And they had a scooter over there that's similar to this one, but come to find out, this engine is actually too big. I'm thinking this is a 100cc engine, and that is actually a 50cc scooter. So the mounting is in a different spot on this engine here. It actually mounts kind of like a swing arm setup on a motorcycle has that long bolt that goes through the swing arm, and this one here, if I can get a good picture of it, it mounts down here at the bottom of the engine, where this one's on the top side. So what I'm going to do is going to try and remove this whole engine here and just see if we can slide that up under there. I doubt it's going to work. I might just be wasting my time. I just basically seen that the heads were the same on front of the engine here and where the carburetor bolts, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the right motor, it's the same motor, but as you see, it's got some different stuff on it. But this engine does have good compression. It's not locked up. Way better compression than what's on the scooter. So I don't know if I'm wasting my time or not. I mean, I basically got this thing for free. Well, actually, I did get it for free, and still haven't been up under the seat yet. I don't know what treasures lies up under there. Could be some parts. Hopefully, the airbox cover. So for some reason, I can't get it together. I'll just put it on the interwebs and sell both the scooter and the motor at the same time. They wouldn't let me buy the whole scooter. They said they don't sell complete motorcycles and four-wheelers, so I had to just buy the engine off of it. So got about $80 tied up in the engine. They wouldn't let me leave without selling me the exhaust and the wheel. They actually told me I would have to take that off. So I got stuck buying the whole setup. I just took the bolts out and took the whole thing off. So, well, I'm going to remove all this junk here. First, I'm going to go up under the seat. We'll see what's up under there. Then we'll get these plastics off and see what we're working with. Maybe we can make this thing work. I know it had dual shocks on the other scooter, but you can see it has like different holes there for different setups. Well, this one's just got one shock on one side of it. So maybe we can make something work. If not, hey, it'll worth a try. Try to save this whole thing. So let me get some tools. We'll get the plastics off and see what's up under that seat. So I got the side cover removed off of it. Just got it hanging there. There is a cable that operates the lock. So I haven't raised it up yet, so hopefully it's nothing bad up under there like a raccoon or snake, big wasp nest. I'm just going to pull the cable. Here we go. Oh, it's nothing. Just basically top of the engine. A whole bunch of cobwebs. There's the carburetor. Fuel filter's not even hooked up. So basically it's the same intake setup. You can see how it's got the two bolts that holds the intake there. And over here it's the same. Now I got all the wire harness with this thing. I got the coil. This is actually the whole harness that runs through the other scooter. I basically just unhooked it from the front and just got the whole thing. So I guess what we'll do now is, since we found out the mystery of what's up under the seat, I guess we can start taking all these plastics off. We can get down to the engine a little bit better. Take this off, sure. And we can really see what can we do with this thing. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but what I'll probably do is just get everything out of the way. Probably go ahead and pull this bucket off. now we're stripped down to just the engine and the frame. I mean, these engines are almost identical, it's just where it bolts. So I guess we'll just start unhooking stuff. That's the throttle cable. So we'll get that off. Got all these wires kind of rigged up on it. Thing's kind of dusty. I'm going to get the air hose and blow that off. Now we can start unbolting this thing. Get you guys close over here. So what I'm doing is starting to undo the wire harness. Basically these plugs here. I think this separates from the engine. I'm gonna have to undo this wire here. From what I see, all the color codes is basically the same. So that's undone from there. So we'll just move this all the way out of the way. Put the brown wires. Then we got the throttle cable, which is right here on this carburetor. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave the carburetor on there. So we need a 1/2 inch. Should just be able to remove the whole engine just like I did the other one. Now we do have a local scooter store in town. They sell just Japanese brand scooters. I thought about maybe going to them. I know they do have like a salvage area. that they sell a lot of stuff. I thought about maybe going to find the right engine if this one don't work, which is still probably be something I might look into. So it looks like we got the wiring undone, hoses undone. Now I think it's basically just getting the engine out of it and go from there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this bolt right here and take the shock off, and hopefully, well, the bad thing is the kickstand is actually bolted to the bottom of the frame, to the engine. So I don't know how, I'm going to have to put a jack up under it to hold it up, because once I take the engine out, it's going to fall. So let me get all that together and I'll get the engine out and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, so now I got the jack holding it up a little bit. I had to undo the brake cable, which runs up under the back of it and hooks to the rear wheel. So only thing left now is just to get this shock undone and that one bolt. Hopefully it'll still stand up. I know when I did the one at the junkyard, I had it laying on the side. Let's get the right socket for that. Now I just got to take this shock mount off. I got a good gut feeling that it's not going to work. Alright, shock's off. Now one thing is knocking that bolt all the way through, and we should be able to pull the engine out. Let me get my tools for that. I think it might be safe to pull it out of there now. So I'm going to move my camera back so nothing won't fall on it. I don't want to mess my camera up. And try and pull that thing up out of there. Basically So there you have it. Engine's out of it. That's the whole setup. It's still sitting on the kickstand, so that was good. So no fatalities. And I guess we can bring that other one around and try and scoot it up under there and see how it fits. So I'm going to wheel it over here and we'll see how it fits. I gotta move all this stuff out of the way. Probably going to have to remove this shock because it's probably going to be hanging down in the way. Find a socket to remove it. Wrong socket. Bolt was on there tight. Shocks removed. Drag this one out of the way. These things are not light, I can tell you that. Let's see. Can we undo some of these wires? Get those out of there. It would be nice to get the wire harness off of it. I'm not sure that's going to work, but we'll need the wires hanging out in the way. And this thing got wires everywhere. Let's see. One second. Move that corners. Move that corners. Over here. That's the ground. Oh, this thing's heavy. Now I left the brake cable hooked up on this one because I couldn't get it out. This would have to stay on there now. I think it's kind of bent up. Don't need the brake cable in the way. All right. That is not going to work because the engine is actually going to be up under the frame. Now if I had that section of frame could weld it on here. It's actually supposed to be sitting in like that. That's not going to work. That would have to be completely removed. So I got it up under there, but the problem is it's supposed to have a section of frame that will come down and go in this mount, which this frame don't. And up under the bottom, you can see where the old motor mount mounted right here. Can't go up under, so we'll have to go through the frame. So I could cut those tabs off and should be able to shove that motor straight ahead. But the only problem might be is the seat setup, the little trunk area. But who cares about that? I'm not putting a helmet in there. So I'm going to try and push it ahead a little bit and basically see what we can do. If I can get it to clear, we might can make something work. I don't want the frame to fall over. Really what's stopping me is these mounts right here. I might have to take the exhaust off. This cable. Well, actually that is bolted on. I want to show you guys when I see what's going on. So actually, let me get you out the top eye. Actually, it has this bolt here that goes through the side, and I think I can take this piece here out. I don't know where that goes. I might can just eliminate that completely and it'll really slide up on there. So let's try that. So I'm going to scoop this motor back out and we'll try taking that center section out. Should be able to remove this section here by those bolts right there. What is that, a 12? 12, no wonder. Spinning my wheels. I'm going to strip that bolt out. I have to go to the other side. know exactly what that's going to do. Looks like it's some kind of mount, engine mount setup. Hope there's not a spring in there. That ain't coming out. Surely that don't turn with the steering. Move in. That bolt right there just will not move. Probably have to get the big impact. Some kind of spring setup. Moving now. I think it was just rusted. There she goes. Out of there now. Keep up with the bolts. That's out. It's a motor mount. So now we should be able to slide that engine back up there and see what it do now. Now we got this big open space, which kind of needed that platform to hold it, but I really just want to see how it's all going to line up. Oh man, this thing is heavy. Not going to work. That frame piece. It's close. It would sit in there, that's for sure. But we need that upper support. Sit there. I might get a jack stand or something. Fall off here. Now we got the engine in there as far as I can go with it. Like I say, I still got a mounting problem, but you can pretty much see what it looks like. Back wheel is way bigger than the front wheel. Got the pipe on it. So we can just get it mounted All the electronics and stuff is really the same. Man, this thing will fly. Let's see how the seat deck will go back on before we do anything else. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, folks. We've got plenty of room for the carburetor to go up under there. Plenty enough room. Let's see what else. We need the shock. Now that might be an issue if the shock is going to go on and line up. I think this one's a little bit short. Might not be. Yeah, that's another issue. Let's see, this engine is not straight. Not straight with the bike. Kind of leaning a little bit. And that is shot here, that's going to rub. It will almost work though. It's going to rub bad. You got a crash landing. Probably gonna have to get something to hold it. Yeah, she's gonna roll. Again. Let me get something to put behind that back wheel. Spring is actually in the way over here. Probably have to eliminate a piece out of it. That thing's all lopsided. Best I can get. I'm just gonna have to go forward. With the bolts. But you're like, that's a lot of work for a Japanese scooter. A cheap China brand. So actually, bring it down to there. I think it's going to work. So it's got the one shock on there. That's all it had anyway. So now we got plenty of room there. So now our only concern is getting the engine mounted to the frame. And I'm probably going to have to go to the junkyard and cut that section out. They should let me cut that. It's not buying the whole bike. I guess I'll grab the shocks while I'm there, just in case I need it. But you can pretty much see it's in there. Another concern, gas tank. I think it'll be alright. I don't know if I should try and add the other shock. I mean, I only had one on there anyway. But I might just grab the other shock off the other bike because it'll be a little bit stronger. So I'm going to get some tools together, probably a saw, and go to the junkyard, see can I saw that off, and then we'll see how we can make that work. And I might even just stop by the scooter store and just see if they even have one of these engines that's already maybe in a wreck one or something. Maybe one I can pick up that's good. If so, I'll just grab it and we won't worry about this, but I kind of want to get this set up on because it'll be a real cool scooter. I really don't know what size engine that is. I'm thinking it's a 100. It's bigger, that's for sure. But I'll do some investigating on that too. I'll try and get some engine numbers and probably give it to them. They can tell me what it is. Alright, so on with the journey. Alright, welcome back to the shop. So here's our frame section I cut off. I'm just noticing this motor mount here actually just bolts into the frame. And your motor goes between there. So I don't know, I might be able to just unbolt that and graft it onto the frame. And also, I went ahead and retrieved the front fork and wheel for the front. I didn't get the caliper. I think the calipers are the same, so it won't look funny with a little bitty wheel on the front and big on the back, which could have left it, but I just grabbed it anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unbolt this frame section and we'll take it over there and see how it looks. So we'll bring it over here to the frame, see what we got. Hopefully we got something, which that is going to be wider. Let's see what's going on here. So, bolts right here. I'm probably going to have to cut this section out. It's actually supposed to go jack it up. Hopefully the motor don't fall out, which it is. So what I need to do actually is just put that, drag the motor out, and we'll put that mount on there and then put it back up under there. So I'm out here at the salvage yard. They will not sell me this whole frame, so I'm gonna have to cut it where I need it. Which I guess we can cut it like right here. straight down. I'm gonna have to cut it with a sawzall, and we'll cut this back end off of it. So let me get my sawzall and I'll cut it, and we'll get back. Well, folks, the Franken scooter is together. The engine's in it, shocks hooked up. I do got to add the other shock on the other side. It's kind of springy if you sit on it. I'll show you in a minute. End up having to make some motor mounts. I got to finish this. Just got it kind of tack welded on there. I got the mount out the other frame, which holds the engine up under there. You can see that there. And it's got a good ride height, I guess. Unless you're gonna run up on a big speed bump, I would suggest to dodge that. But other than that, she is together. I just got to do some wiring now. Finish the shock first, then do some wiring, and start putting all the plastics and stuff on it. But first, before I do that, I'm going to get it cranked up. Hopefully the carburetor over here is good. So the Kickstarter kind of hangs up a little bit. It does kick over. It just don't return quick enough. Kind of sticks a little bit. Something's up with the spring. But I know it turns over. You can get it to kick, but you have to bring it back up with your foot. I think the Kickstarter gear is kind of bad in it, the spring return. But I'll sit down and show you. So I'm going to sit on this old dude, show you guys the suspension. Like I say, it does need that spring on the other side. She's pretty bouncy though. She's holding pretty good. Got a little bit bottoming out right here where the fender is, but it's not going on the tire. Just the bottom of the gas tank. But it's not bottoming out on the tire, that's all. I mean, I wouldn't want to ride two people on it. But you roll. Like I said, I get the other shock on there. It's probably going to have a little bit more spring recoil. On the other scooter, the motor basically just hung in from the top, and it just had the shock on each side. So I guess as you ride, the engine is actually bouncing up and down. So. But it's it's together, so just a little bit more work, and should be good to go. So anyway, just keep on looking, subscribing, commenting on the channel, and you'll see this old girl in action one day, and holler at y'all later.